and welcome back. The observations that I've been picking up on is not everybody deserves to be in your circle, to be honest with you. I started to recognize that I've been having better days not being around a specific individual, and it says a lot. It says a lot, and they are not lying when they say misery loves company. When someone is like at a low vibration or is in misery, and I'm not gonna bullshit, I have been this individual in the past. And I try my best not to be that individual in the present tense, FYI. The correlation that I'm seeing is they bring you down. They bring you down to their level, or they try to make you feel pity for them. And by me noticing this, I'm recognizing this within my own self. And that is like a big revelation, because it's like, oh shit, like I want someone to pity me, to feel bad for me, but it's like, who am I seeking that pity for? It's like everybody goes through shit. Like, do you really pity other individuals? Like what is the motive here? Like what's the point? Like, is it to reel people in to buy in your story for your like lack of excuses, lack of like accountability? Or are you doing this because you legit are like wanting some understanding? You want to be embraced and comforted. And that's what I'm recognizing. And I'm just like, today has been a better fucking day. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my mood has been way more better than it has yesterday. Yesterday, it just went from great to, and then I was just like, F this. And then this morning, I woke up just sobbing. I was just crying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was sobbing and I was just reflecting and I was just thinking and I was just like, why? But it's like a whole dark night of the soul type deal, because I just started like looking at myself like on a real aspect, and it's like, damn, you really have been a hypocrite. You have been a little shithead. You really made a lot of excuses. You really have avoided a lot of individuals because you weren't able to confront your own triggers or your own self through another individual. And it had nothing to do with them, more having to do with my own, where I was falling short as a person. And that shit sucks whenever you're recognizing, like, when it's been months to years afterwards, and it's just like, well, fuck. Like, I can't go back from that now. Like, I did what I did, and, the past may be an illusion, but it's like, I was writing this poem, and I was, like, talking about, like, I'm here trying to erase my tracks from my past, but I'm too focused on the past rather than focusing in the present and in the future, because I'm trying to correct what's already been done. And it's like I'm running backwards rather than running forwards, and that's where I'm falling short. And I was like, this shit's fucking bullshit. I shouldn't be doing that to myself. And then I also noticed another thing, and I know like this is like stacking. TikTok really does, your algorithm, your social medias really does get to your mind. I've been weaning myself off from TikTok, and I've just been like more on like watching Netflix. TikTok has a big influence on your psyche. It really does, especially if you keep on getting like these like videos having to do with relationships, people, or like all this other shit. It fucks with your mind, making you think that that's actually what's happening in your life, and you're constantly be like thinking and feeding onto like these delusions, these narratives, and it's just keeping you stuck. And it's way more harder to break from that when you're constantly receiving that energy. Well, when you're out of that, it's way more easier for you to like break free and be like, the fuck was I on? Like, I'm actually doing better. I'm actually in a better place in my life. But I have this social media that's reminding me that I'm in this position that I'm no longer in, or no longer in that vibration in it. But you're plugging your mind into that, and it's really fucking you up vibrationally. And it's like you become what you surround yourself, like, kind of quote, but this is like, it's you are what you consume. And this is all about consumerism. Like, what are you feeding your system with? And I've been recognizing, like, I need to feed myself with more positive shit. I need to stop focusing on this and this and that. And it's more like, okay, since I started weaning myself off, like, TikTok, which, in a sense, like, yes, I am out of the country. Cool, but at the same time, I'm also grateful, because it's bringing me more to being present with myself, with my body, with those around me, and it's making me feel way more safer in my body, because I was going through some nervous system stuff, and I'm way more in a better place than I was like months ago, like seriously. But it makes me feel good because it's like, yes, like I'm starting to see the joy in life again. And I so rightfully deserved a vacation for a very long time because I have not gone on a vacation. Yeah, there was times where like I will set up like a few like small trips, like a here and there, but like maybe like for 2 days. But it wasn't an actual legit vacation where I can just be like, you know what, type deal. And what I really like about Mexico is like it's so, it's so rooted in culture in the sense where it's like it's all the same culturally wise. It's not like the America where they have all different kinds of cultures and races and you can mix it in and intertwine yourself into it. Like this is just one, and it's organized in its own sense. Like it just feels like it's very rooted in their own culture, and I like it a lot because it reminds me of my roots because that's where like my parents descend from and my ancestors, duh. But it grounds you, and that's what I needed, to be grounded, because we become different individuals whenever we're placed into different positions, different areas and places, because you become like what you surround yourself with. And you kind of like lose or blur yourself in some certain aspects whenever you're in different areas, because different areas have their own different rhythms, they have their own different styles, they have their own different ways of talking, interacting with each other. And here it's like showing me like the ground, the base, the foundation, the structure that's first started off. And even whenever I'm not operating in this one foundation, it still is in the background as a white noise. It's still running. It's like a program. And it's like a small little layer. And I started to recognize like certain behaviors and patterns that are still like operating within family dynamic, to be honest with you. And I'm recognizing it within my own self that I was like, okay, so I see where I got this from. I'm seeing where this is rooted in. And this is like a deep-seated, like rooted thing within family that I'm going to have to reprogram and fix within my own self, so that way I don't pass that shit on to my future family or, to anybody else that's around me, because that's just straight up poison. And I'm recognizing like how having this negative mentality or playing victim into your reality, into your past, really holds you back on a whole different level. And even like ruminating at times about the past still holds you back. It still does, and I'm getting better at it now. But it's a whole process, because obviously there's like heavy emotions, heavy thoughts, things that still need to be processed, because your body's gonna remember, it's gonna recognize that. But it's retraining your body to be like reminding yourself like, hey, we're in better fucking places now. We're no longer in the past, and it is gonna take some work. And that's what I've been doing. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, like it's great, especially when you're out of the environment that created these memories, these emotions, these thoughts. And I am so heavy on locations do carry vibrations. Locations do carry your energy. So whatever energy you're putting out there, it's gonna be there. Also, to be quite frank, honest, the individuals that you're around with, the way that they talk to you, it gets ingrained in your mind. So be very careful with who you're letting in around in close parameters, because whatever the fuck they talk to you about, your psyche is not seeing the difference. It's thinking it's normal. You're going to mirror those neurons back and forth, and you're going to be mimicking those kind of behaviors unwillingly sometimes. So this is just like a heavy reminder, like be very careful, be very mindful. It's not an easy task. It really sucks ass sometimes, because sometimes it's your own family. It's your own family at times. But you know what? I'm learning. And it's a lot to delve in, because whenever it comes to like deep-seated family trauma, pain, suffering, like it goes deep. It really does go deep. But the luck that I'm having now is that I'm seeing this, so that way I don't have to, play it off like a normal life and pretend that all is good, all is great, because no, the fuck is not. I could pretend like, yeah, career, money, whatever, but it's like pretending like a false life. It's like I could have the accolades, but if I'm not happy on the inside, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna be good. And that is something that I'm learning, because within family matters, like, yeah, you got the houses, you got the trucks, you got the cars, you got the land, you got the houses, But how's your family dynamic working? How's your relationship with your siblings? How's your relationship with your kids? Like, how's your relationship with your wife? Like, is it fulfilling? Is it nurturing? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel like, you know, you can like be on top, like on top of the mountain? Like, do you feel like at the end of the day, if you were to lose all of this, like, would you still be good within your own self? And this is like, these are like deep questions that I be asking myself, like, because I'm like, okay, girl, if you were to have all of this, how would you be as a person? Like, how would you act as a person? Because it shows in your character, it shows as a person. Like, it really does. Like, it's whenever nobody's watching when it really counts. And it also matters when it's your emotions, your actual human being as an individual. And, you know, now that I'm talking about it, I am really have been... I'm generous as shit. And I sometimes, like, discredit myself because I am a little selfish little fuck when it counts. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit selfish, but who isn't? I'm not gonna like fucking pretend like I'm not fucking selfish. Yeah, I am fucking selfish. Sometimes it could be over stupid shit, but I'll still be selfish, and I'll be honest with you. The part about it is like I've been recognizing like slowly but surely, like as I've been out of the country, like I'm very generous with shit. Like I'm just here thinking like I just want to tip the whole world. Like I really do. Like I don't know, like there's just this vibe about it that I've been recognizing. It's just like, you know, it doesn't kill to give. And I've been in like this resistant like period before this trip where I felt like it was wrong, or like it was a wrong time. I'm like in the scarcity mindset, like it just felt so resistant, so like it felt like unnatural. And if I were to give, it felt like it was performative and not genuine. And I'm so heavy on like being on the genuine side whenever I'm doing things for people or just handing stuff out. So me just noticing like the difference whenever I'm feeling like, okay, this is performative, so hold off. Wait till like it feels like it's natural for you and you're not, you know, expecting or needing anything from anybody. But that's where my thoughts were at with that observation. Cause I am seeing like the small, like, you know, revelations about myself as a person, especially, you know, because, you know, you get viewed in a different light whenever you're out on the camera, especially on social media. Like people have these like different expectations of you as a person. And yeah, cool, but you don't know me as a whole individual. Like I'm gonna be so straight up honest. And even whenever you're like in the self-development of your own self, like you're gonna obviously shed off all layers of yourself, and you're gonna have these moments where you relapse and then bounce, relapse and bounce back, because you're elevating yourself, you're shedding those layers off. And that's what I've been doing. I've been shedding these layers off. And it's pretty crazy how I'd be reflecting, because I'd be doing like the astrology, and with astrology, I'm just like looking at the dynamics and how they all work out planetarily, and it just gives me to my own like realizations, like, okay, whatever I was on mentally or emotionally was on the right track, or how is this dynamic reflecting in real time? And it just gives me more of like an openness, like to how the cosmos, spirituality can also be implemented into real life shit. And I didn't think I was gonna get onto this whole tangent, but I just felt like I wanted to. I planned on doing a reading, and then I was just like, no, we're gonna hold off on the cards. I've recognized that I've been doing too much and giving too much out, and I'm a human being. I have my own life. And I feel like it's worth to get to know me as a person, to get to know what I'm about, to get to know my personality, rather than for what I can do and provide, because it does get draining. I give too much of my energy. It's like if you were like, you know, working overtime at your 9-to-5 job. At the cost of what? Like, yeah, it's just a few more dollars. But then how are you feeling afterwards when it comes to your body, to your emotional needs, to your mental? Like, you're burned out. You end up feeling like, you know, either sometimes underappreciated, or, you know, what are you getting at then? Like, what's the end goal with this? And I feel like I'm running myself out of breath because I've just talked a lot. Yeah. Mexico has been very beautiful to me. I really love the mountains. Like, this is why I want to move where I'm close to mountains because mountains just make me happy. Also, whenever you're around mountains, you know, there's no humidity. If you didn't know that, now you know. Like, there's no humidity where there's mountains. So this is why I want to move where there's mountains, because the girly pop likes mountains. Like, being in Texas, love you, Texas, but no, it's not for me. It's really not for me. Like, yeah, there's different landscapes. There's beautiful, like, you know, places to go out to. But I just personally feel so in love with the mountains. Like, I look at Mexico and I look at their canvases and I'm just like, and then like just the cold mornings or like the cold afternoons, like it just feels so nice. Because over there in Texas, it's hot. It's hot, it's humid, or it's just straight up just freaking hot. It doesn't cool down at night, it's still hot. And luckily right now I've not been getting bit by mosquitoes, so I feel like that's another plus. Cause like literally like I will get bit by fucking mosquitoes. I've been pretty good with that, to be honest. But yeah, it's very nice. It really is. I just like the culture. I think culture really plays a big role. It's like it's nice. I do definitely do plan on wanting to travel to different like, you know, states and also countries because I definitely want I'm there for the culture and the experience, and I just like it when people are ingrained in their own cultures. And there's just like, you know, like this sweetness to it. Everybody that I've came across in Mexico, they're very sweet. They're very polite. Everybody greets each other. You know, good afternoon, good evening. It just is like that. Rather than like in comparison to America, they're just like minding their business, which rightfully so. I understand. But I'm just showing you like the difference in cultures. It's just nice. It's been 4 years for me since I've been to Mexico, and I definitely wanted this so bad. And I finally get the chance to finally re-experience this, especially new environments, because I have not been involved in a certain project for quite some time, and I finally get to see the project in real time, aka this environment that I'm in right now. There's just so much more that I would like to explore in Mexico, but just because of the time, I really can only do so much. But I definitely do want to be like, you know, a little tourist and be looking at like, you know, museums, you know, different restaurants, which that's what I've been on. If you didn't know, now you know. I'm a foodie. I love food. That's literally what I be posting on my Snapchat. Like, that's literally what I be doing. Literally, like, food all the way. I just love food. Like, I've been on some shit with like what's it called, with shrimp. They call it ceviche or aguachiles. I did both, and I was just like, I'm getting spoiled. I'm dead as spoiled, and I'm not gonna bullshit. I've been spoiled, but rightfully so. I deserved it because I've been deprived of it for quite some time. Okay. And then I think I'm just gonna leave this video at that because I'm already at 18 minutes, and I did not think I was gonna blag for this long. But I feel like it's great. I love waking up to this beautiful view of like the sun on top of the mountains, you know, the breeze, the pigeons, and the natural sounds. Like, it's just so nice and earthy, and I just love it. Like, the kind of traffic that you hear is just like so, like, I don't know. It feels like from like a whole different world. It doesn't feel like America, because I've lived in the city. I lived in like downtown Houston at some point in my life. And that kind of traffic where you hear the sirens, the traffic jams, the honking, you know, it's a different vibe over here. It's like more like earthy tone where it's like, you know, it just feels like peaceful. It feels calm. I don't know. Like, you just have to experience it for yourself. But I'm again gonna leave this video at this. And thank you for, like, you know, listening for this long to my journey, and I'll see what other trips I'll be planning in the future. Because I seriously needed this. This is great. This is nice. And I will manifest me more and more great experiences, because we are all worthy of great experiences. Because if I can do it, you can do it too. And then other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great night. Whatever time you watch this, and I'll see you back in divine timing. Bye.